crooks in your castle, then it's nights full of battles. Some fight with the barrel, that's eagles versus vultures, and olives versus arrows. Carhartt apparel, harrowed by the pharaohs who travel through the narrow.
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? It's OG Boricua Dandada. I'm here with Emma, my sister from another mister, and we got Jack Marshman in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. Jack, what have you been up to?
Not a lot, just training for this fight. Training pretty hard, and I'm working. So nothing exciting, really.
You're working for the Paras again now, aren't you?
So I'm working at the minute. I'm MPGS, which is like a military guard service, but I'm actually in trying to get back into the military full time. I'm hoping that'll happen in October. So,
is that so you can go in the field again?
Yeah. I'm bored of the job I'm doing. I want to. I'm still young. I'm still young enough and fit enough. So, I think I turned 36 this year, and it's like that's sort of the cut-off point.
Is that all?
Yeah. So I'm.
No, I mean 36. Is that all? It seems like I've known you since Pain Pit 1 days.
Yeah. Well,
and we'll have to explain that a bit later.
Yeah, I was working it out. I had my first fight at 16, so I'm 36 this year, so it is 20 years literally. Like, so
yeah,
in fucking planet, you get less for murder.
Oh, it depends what you do inside as well, though.
Yeah.
I know what I was going to say. The military guard and stuff. Was you at Windsor the other week when someone came down on a train, someone really political, and met the King and Queen?
No, so I'm specifically in a camp in South Wales. Obviously, I can't say where, but I'm specifically there. That's my job at the minute. But I'm it's working with people that I used to work with in the Paras. I'm trying to transfer back to that role really, because they tend to be doing a lot more exciting things.
I only mention that because, like, my son is in the Navy now.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And he got put on that assignment with the King, the Queen, the Prince and Princess.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I mentioned it.
That's cool. We like. I'm down in South Wales, so we don't get to see anything like that. This keep that for Windsor and London, all that sort of stuff.
But yeah, he's gone the military route now, whereas I'm non-political whatsoever. And it's like, what, where, when?
Yeah, I'm non-political. You just when you join it, you become part of a group rather than you're not aligned to any political group. You're just with your mates. So that's what you're doing it for. It's never. I don't support Labour or whatever, anything like that. I couldn't give a fuck who it is, as long as my mate next to me is all right. That's how it works. So yeah, which people can't quite understand that. So the military end, they say Queen is king and country now, but it used to be Queen and country, but it's not.
We'll stick with Queen. Yeah. We'll stick with Queen.
Yeah.
I couldn't get used to changing those words to king. I just couldn't. And when I was like, what? I really didn't realise, because of not being in the regiment, that we had to change it to king when the Queen died.
There's even small things like on the Para Edge cap badge. There used to be a opposite to a crown. The king wears a crown. What does the Queen wear?
Tiara.
Yeah, so that was on top of the Para Edge cap badge, and obviously that's changed now, and that's been there, forever. So it's things you don't think of.
Yeah, just for a non-civvy anyway, just for me to think, Queen, King, huh? That song was different.
Yeah, like when you watch the boxing, when it's a big British boxing fight, and
Yes,
and now they're singing "God Save the King," it just don't sound right.
100% agree. 100% agree. Right, well, where did you want to start?
Yo, I thought I had a plan until y'all started talking, and I just started interested. I'm like, but okay, so you went to the military at 17, right?
Yeah, 16, 17-ish.
So what made you do that? Because like from here, it's like either people are in a certain like a lot of kids come from poverty and they really ain't got much and they go, or some people are just born with that mindset that I'm just one of those people that I want to defend my soil.
Mine's a mixture of both. I went all the way. I was a little fucker. I was always in trouble and stuff. But from day one. I had the mindset of I don't care. I'm going in the army anyways. Fuck school. I don't care. I'm going in the army anyway. And that was like my thing. So I didn't really have a choice. By the time I got to 16, it was like, well, you better go in the army. We ain't gonna do nothing else. So, yeah. I joined. When I joined the army was the interesting time is, it was like the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq. Like when I joined was when it was happening, it was busy.
Yeah.
So I feel sorry for some kids now. Like, it's weird. It's like I got out of the army in 2019 and got back in 2000 and joined back into the job I'm doing now, 2023. But the only medals anyone got is when the Queen had her jubilee and when the Queen died. So like kids now, the only medals they got now are like peace medals. It's not. I couldn't see unless you've joined in an interesting job, the sort of job I want to go to, where you go in other places and so publicized sort of thing. But like now to join the army, I couldn't see the point in it. Like I couldn't see what would get you excited to want to join the army at the minute. Even with like Russia and Ukraine kicking off, it was nothing to do with us. It was all this World War III was going to kick off and nothing happened. So, I couldn't see the what would entice young kids to join the army now at the minute. But it can't change on a drop of a hat. Don't get me wrong. But
how many times did you actually get deployed?
So twice to Afghanistan. And then I've done a few other little bits and bobs. So I was one of the lucky ones because when I finished basic training, I was the only one who just turned 18. So I was the only one who got to go out. So I and when you get into like a battalion or a regiment or whatever, that's how you should earn your stripe. You don't get any respect until you've been on tour and stuff like that. So I was classed as one of the lucky ones because I got to go. I was straight out of training, straight out there. By the time I come back in one of the blocks and like.
See now, also with your military training, it's one thing that I tell people. Like my uncle's a Marine, so I always, we had a weird relationship. Like we love to fight, right? It's just how it was. But I would tell people, like, especially now watching like bare knuckle and everything and combat sports, I will take a former military person over anyone else because they don't know how to quit. Like you gotta turn their TV off to make them stop.
Yeah. I've always been that way, really. I haven't got a lot of quit in me. Like I normally, even when I'm winning, I'm normally fucking pretty messed up. Like I haven't got quit in me, so I've been like that since a kid. Though I've always been very competitive with everything.
When did you start? I probably have it written down somewhere. When did you actually start MMA, Jack? Was that
start MMA?
You started boxing first, didn't you?
No, I actually started MMA. Everyone makes that mistake because I was predominantly a boxer, but I was started MMA. My first fights were MMA. But then as I joined the military at 16, I got into them because at the time there was no MMA in British Army. It was only boxing. So I got into the boxing and I started having a lot of fights and I excelled in boxing further, and then I sort of kept both careers going at the same time, So I was busy. I was fighting, all the time. Basically, I'd be boxing on a Wednesday night, and then like the following Saturday, I'd be fighting MMA somewhere in the country. So I was busy, and I don't regret that, because I think that like me and Shaky, my coach, talk about it. Like we've like three weekends of a month. We would be traveling somewhere in the country, like we was always on the road. We never fought in Wales. It was at the time there wasn't Pain Pit and all that weren't about yet. It was only he made that because to stop us having to travel and fight so far away all the time.
Yeah, that was actually have it here. I'm just reading your article that I interviewed you on, Jack.
Yes,
this front page, fella.
Yeah,
crazy.
I put you on the front, by the way, just so you know.
I thought it was my boyish good looks, man.
Wow, the first Welsh person to be signed to the UFC as well.
Yeah.
There was quite a lot of attributes that went into that, mainly my writing, but anyway. Yeah. I was just reading there, actually, at 15, you had your first MMA fight.
Yeah. So, yeah, even now, I'm on the 20-year mark. So, yeah, I've been doing it a long time. I've been fighting and competing and that. And to be fair, I only ever had a small gap. It was like a 2-year gap during this whole time. And that's when I thought I was done. I thought I was retired. It was only... The only thing that got me into the bare knuckle was I was coaching people in the gym, and then you start doing a little bit of sparring with them, and then you're like, oh, do you know, fucking yeah, the bug comes back quickly, and next thing you know, I was signed up to bare knuckles. Yeah.
So you first signed up with BYB, yeah?
No, yeah, it was. So when I signed from it was BKB, and then BYB bought it.
All right.
But my first fight was BYB. But like I don't know the ins and outs of why they changed back to BKB. But I can imagine when you go to a broadcaster and try to sell Backyard Brawl, or bare knuckle boxing, I can imagine which one the board members are gonna go to. Do you know what I mean? So I think you're gonna try and sell it as extreme backyard brawling. I think you're gonna find it hard to find a TV deal. Whereas, bare knuckle boxing's an ancient sport that's been around longer than any other fucking combat sport. So I think you've got more chance of getting that on TV and getting it back in behind, they got Talk Sport and stuff now. So they're doing well.
Yeah, see, I was just gonna try and learn off you then, BYB and BKB, because Rob had tempted me to come into this group. Yeah. And I'm like, I haven't really watched that much BKB, if I'm honest. I think I watched the 2X UFC fighter ones that were the top, I guess. But then when we were talking, me, you and Sam is already doing BKB on Trigon on the hams, isn't she, Sam's van?
Yeah.
And that's how she was like, oh, I just remembered, Jack, that she's in the same magazine that you're in the same magazine. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was such a mind F, by the way. Yeah. I was like, so, but it's me trying to learn BKB and BYB. It's all the same though. Is it, Rob? Jack?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was very similar. I'm not sure if we lost him. He looks still. But that's how I know it. I know it is BYB and BKB. And I know it's in the Trigon. So when I seen it, at first I'm like, is it two different promotions? So what I did was I tried to pay attention to what logos were on the turnbuckles. And it's the same thing. So I'm not sure why they switched up.
I think it's like Jack said, it's about a selling point, isn't it? Yeah. Jack's going to have to sign back in. I thought he was stood too long, too still, too long.
Yeah, he's doing his GQ pose. He was looking good over there. So I was like,
well, all right, he's in the military, he has to stand still to attention and all of that, just not in the Trigon. So why can't we have it BKB, but it's still in a trigon?
See, that's the thing and I think that's the question I want to ask them, because with the trigon, there's nobody I know has a trigon ring that they could
Well, they don't. They wanted to make the trigon absolutely different, so you would know what was BKB, BYB. I'm assuming from what little research I've done, I would say. But to me, that trigon cuts off quite a lot of the of the square, circle, triangle, whatever you're looking at.
Can you hear me now?
You know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
It's about Jack back.
So
Jack back, where did you go?
I'm kind of curious. Well, especially me, the trigon, right? It's got to be so hard to fight because of its shape, and there's no way no one has a trigon ring I've ever talked to practice in one.
Yeah, it's specifically designed, to make you trade. So that's
Is he muted?
No, hello? I got him. He's clear.
I can't hear him. Try now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. I said, it's a strange one with the trigon. It's I like it because obviously it's designed to make you fight in the middle. But it's bare knuckle boxing, so you should be able to box. You should be able to move around, and this more skillful fighter should be able to win. But it is sort of designed so brawlers can come out on top. But people will start figuring out how to move around a bit better in the trigon, and some people.
Is Jack in a spotty Welsh part of Wales somewhere? We're gonna get. I need to ask him another question before I forget it.
Yeah, don't forget your question, because I know you got something super dope.
We enjoying this.
I hope you ain't forget your question, because you said I don't want to forget my question.
No, he's there. Look, by the time I checked all of that, Jack was back in.
Yeah, go on then. What's the question?
Oh, and it's nothing to about really. Your fight kit, is that made by Molly at Allure?
No.
Okay.
We'd have it done. Geezer's Boxing Essex.
All right. Okay. So you're stuck with the traditional one, because I know that Molly, she's got her own brand, not your daughter, Molly from Allure. Her and Kai, they've got their own brand, and like a lot of their fighters have their brand to go into Cage Warriors in as well.
No. Geezer's has been around for a long time. When I was boxing on the unlicensed up in Essex, I used to get all my kit made by them. They're quite expensive, but I've got a new set for this fight, which is really
the next one you're gonna have a new one, because you're gonna have two babies' names on.
That's the plan. I'm gonna have a fight. I want to fight in January, and I'll have both of their names on there then. So I am. Obviously, my mother passed away recently, so I got her on the shorts for this one.
I knew I had to say sorry for your loss.
Oh yes, no worries. It's part and parcel in it, but
I did.
Yeah.
Besides getting in, you're having a new child. Molly's going to be a big sister and saying sorry. Oh, your mum died. It was quite a lot for me to just jump in.
It's no problems. I'm not an emotional type, if I'm honest with you. It's one of them ones. I part and parcel, but so I got some nice shorts made up for this fight. So
that's really, really good. This will be your third fight, won't it?
Fourth.
Yeah,
I fought out in America, and I lost that one. So I'm 2-1 at the minute.
2-1. So are you under Dave Feldman or under the other one, Dave?
I'm under BKB, which is Jim Freeman and all them lot in the UK, and they work with like Data 5000 and that in America. That was B by B, but they've all amalgamated. You're Dave Feld as the BKFC. That's That's a different one. They pay better, but you might only get one fight a year, whereas this is my 4th fight in 1 year with BKB. So you got to think about it. It all depends what you want to do. If you want to fight once a year for a decent paycheck, that's fair enough. But I'm past trying to fight for money, and now mine's mainly about just getting the fight in before it's too late. So, and they pay me fairly decent, to be fair, and I'm like I said, I'm a couple of weeks over, but it's around about a year, and this is my 4th fight. It's pretty close to a year. I did share something the other day because I realized I was like, fucking hell, it's my 4th one in the space of a year. Like, so yeah, I thought
you wouldn't even get that in the UFC.
No, when you're getting out every 3 months, I'm not getting no younger. I'm well aware of that. To be honest with you, like I said, I've been going for 20 years. I won't be going for loads and loads longer. I'll keep it going for a little bit. So the more fights, the more regular I'm fighting, the happier I am. That's all I really care about, you know.
And you're enjoying it now. It's not like a big pressure like before.
No. That's what I mean. Towards the end of the UFC, it was all about money and fucking, you know, you got so many people you got to pay and fucking, yeah, lots of different stresses with it. And, you know, like fucking, like you said, there's a lot of pressure when you know, and I seem to, like with the UFC, although I managed to get 8 fights there, I did, you know, I had a bit of a killer's row. I did fight fucking everyone who was good. So, yeah, so it was one of them ones. I had a tough run in there, but, you know, I probably want to, like, you know, a lot of UK guys that I used to look up to when I was coming up only managed to have like 2 fights in the UFC, 2 losses and get cut. And I managed to have 8 in there. So, you know, I done a lot better than what I was expected to, I think, you know. So, you know, like I said, I was the first Welshman. It's just a lot of good things with it. So I'm happy with that.
So
that's good. That's
with your
good.
last fight.
Okay,
I want to ask you because anyone who's ever been in a fight before, like when you can, my fault. When you dominate somebody, right? Like the last fight you had, the guy took a knee, you gave him a shot, and he didn't want no more, right? Like that's gotta be.
Yeah, well, I did get a little bit annoyed because he keep. Like I haven't really mentioned it since the fight, but he done a lot of things saying like, oh, well, he did knock me out. In my opinion, fucking making someone take a knee is 10 times better than knocking someone out. You know what I mean? Making someone quit is 10 times better than fucking knocking them out. Like everyone got a switch up. Yeah, we all got one of them. Anyone can knock that off. But fucking make you take a knee and say, oh, fuck, I don't want no more. That's a completely different story. You know what I mean? I know, you know, I've seen all my career, and it's like you've never seen me fucking take a knee. And I can tell you that for nothing. You've got to put me out to put me away, and that's the way I am. And in my eyes, if you're a fighter, that's how you should be. I don't, you know. So you know, each to their own. But you wouldn't ever catch me taking fucking knees. You know, it's
go straight forward.
If I take a knee, it's because I can't get back up. You know. And,
and you'll just keep marching forward anyway.
Yeah,
Jack.
that's what I mean.
Do you know what I mean?
You got to hit the switch out to put me away, like, and I think that's because I broke a few people in that sense, you know, because I keep coming forward and I can take shots and I keep walking forward, and it is disheartening. I know I do it in sparring, so I know it's disheartening, but for me as a fighter, I just know no matter what, you keep coming forward, I'll fucking keep walking into you as well. It is what it is. Like something's got to give, and it won't be me. Like. Even with the fight I lost in America, you know, I fought a very good guy, and he's just that little bit ahead of me, quicker than me, but I still walked into him all the way through it. He knocked everyone else out he'd ever fought, and I just went the distance with him. Quite, you know, I wasn't worried. It was it's one of them ones. You'll never catch me quit. Like I said. Anyone can get knocked out. I've been knocked out. It's shit happens. We all got to switch up, and there's someone hit it in the right spot, it's out you go.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, that's it. And a sweet spot behind the ear. Good night.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I gotta ask him, because like talking to some of these fighters, like they're so prone to everything is like, oh, I gotta knock somebody out. You make somebody take a knee and quit on their fight, is crazy.
Jack keeps coming and going, and I think that's haunted. Jack, you're back. You go when you come. Can he hear us? Actually, oh, I know about the actual card. Now, Jack, what? I know you're on this card. You're the people's main event. We all know that. However, what do you think of Tyler, Good John, and Paulie Maglini?
Well, to be honest with you, when I first started watching Bare Knuckle, I used to, you know, I really rated that Tyler. Good John.
Yeah.
He beat a friend of mine, Sean George. But in my opinion, I was on the same card as him at the last one in Cardiff, and in my opinion, he lost that one, Gypsy Joe. He lost that fight 100%. So I think the age have caught up on him. But obviously, Paulie Malignaggi, he's not very young, is he? And his last fight was in Bare Knuckle against fucking Artem Lobov, and he lost. So is his skill level still as high as it was, you know, when he was a world champion glove boxer? I don't think so. But you know, it's a weird sport. You never know. You
never know. Do you know, I applied for press credentials, right? Not knowing whether if I get accepted. If you just speak in your boss's ear, that would be great, Jack. Anyway, but
what was it you was asking for like?
No, I applied for press credentials for the Bristol one. This Bristol one. I emailed them a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't had an email back yet. But I really don't know what I'm letting myself in for.
I'll mention it to Jim because he's all right like that. He is. I literally.
Oh, that would be absolutely amazing. The only thing I get scared of though, but you're gonna laugh, is like those pictures you throw up with you absolutely drenched in blood.
Yeah.
How the heck can I stand there do an interview with you, like looking like that?
Yeah,
that's gonna have to be a new fear unlocked.
You've watched most of my fights, so I'm surprised you're worried about that because I fucking always bleed.
I know you do, Jack. That's from your scar tissue, though. Yeah, I know you.
A good gust of wind will cut me open nowadays, man. It's part and parcel. I
know, but it's like I think and there was another one, Tyler's, of like he was absolutely in top to bottom of blood, and I was like, how am I supposed to?
Even when I don't bleed, I swell really bad because of the scar tissue underneath. Like,
your cute picture. I look cute. I felt cute.
Yeah, they go. My face goes mad. Even if I'm hardly getting it, it's when I got scar tissue under both eyes and at the top of it. Little touches, it swells up bad. It looks terrible. It don't hurt. It just looks bad.
No, see, I can deal with that, but it's the actual blood, and blood absolutely smells. And it's I just don't know. But anyway, Tell them to.
You can taste it when someone's punching you in the fucking face.
Tell them to say yes. She can have press credentials, and then I'll let you know what my first BKB was a lot.
Do me a favor, Em. Just send me over like what press thing you'll be under and all that, and I'll just send it to Jim. He's a good guy. You'll get it sorted for you.
Oh, all right, cool, Jack. Yeah. I'll send you. It's my 5 rounds with Emma account. I did it on. And Bristol's down the road from me, you know, so it's not like far.
Yeah. It fucking else. That's a weird one with this fight. Where there's 2 Welsh boys fighting. I'm surprised it was on the Bristol card. They should have saved it for Cardiff, but I did hear they're not coming back to Cardiff until January, February. So in reality, neither me or Dan wanted to wait that long, really. So it just makes sense to get that done out the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my first BKB. It's just has to be done.
I'll message Jim later. Like I said, send me the thing, and I'll just send him. He's good with stuff like that.
Rob will get everybody's names all tagged in, won't you, Rob? And that.
Absolutely.
Was you going to sleep there, Rob?
No. I'm just enjoying the conversation. I'm like, yo, this is so fire.
Oh, me and Jack just could chat forever, I think, because we don't usually get to, do we?
No,
I'm
well,
usually at an event. You're usually going to get your hat.
So we'll do a proper interview probably before and after, maybe.
Yes, definitely. See, I will get down there on the Friday as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. We obviously we weigh in on the Friday, so yeah.
Yeah. I've got it worked out in my head. I just need the men behind it all to say yes.
Yeah, no, Jim would definitely. He's quite on the ball with all the press side of things and that. I'm surprised he hasn't seen an email. I'm shocked at that because that might be someone else's job. And Jim
and it could be like a Cage Warriors things and UFC where they don't tell you got credentials till the week of, which is so unfair.
Do they? I didn't know.
Yeah, they leave it that late to tell you if you've got credentials.
Fucking mental.
But I'm hoping BKB, not that way. But they have been retweeting stuff I've been putting out about you. So, like on Insta and that. So they...
I couldn't make the press day for this fight. They had a press day and they normally put obviously, so I haven't got any of that this fight because I'm fucking... Obviously, I've got a job. It should be good. I'm going to have to make a move, guys, because the signal is terrible for some reason. But
that's fine.
Thanks a lot for the interview. And like I said, drop me a message with all that stuff on. I'll just send it. I'll copy and paste it and send it straight to Jim.
Oh, that'd be perfect, Jack. Thank you.
All right, then, guys. Well, nice to meet you, Mobb, mate. And
Jack, take it easy, baby.
And you got to come back and do a post-fight one, Now you got the connect. Now you've got the connect, and we can really talk about what happened.
All right, then, guys.
All right, thanks a lot,
Have a good one.
Thanks a lot. Try both.
See ya.
All right, brother.